Better is a dish of vegetables where love is than a fattened ox served with hatred. So you know that the Middle Eastern world did not necessarily have meat with every meal. They did have fish. They did have lamb. They had goat. They had beef sometimes. But those red meats were often luxury items that would be for special occasions or festival feast days. And so they didn't have as much meat in their diet as we have in our diet. And particularly, you get a hint that this is a very special thing in verse 17. What's the little hint? What kind of an ox is it? Fattened. Fattened. So, you know, when we cook our pot roast or whatever, and we pull the roast out of the crock pot, we're very careful to cut away all that fat, because that's not good for you, right? Guess what? In the ancient world, if you had your family gathered around and they were cutting up the meat and going to pass it out to all the kids and so on, the little boy, and actually everybody would be saying, "Mommy, Mommy, can I have that piece? Because it's got a lot of fat on it." They ate the fat, and it was kind of a luxury. It was kind of a special thing, a lot of flavor, and actually even more practical, a lot of calories. Calories in the ancient world were desirable because when you get up in the morning, you're going to go outside and work all day long. And so more caloric intake is not a bad idea. In fact, if you want something interesting to check out sometime on the internet, look up fat-tailed sheep. Fat-tailed sheep. It's a special breed that has been for thousands of years the standard breed in Israel and Middle East. And the tail has a lot of fat in it. And guess what you would do with that? You would eat it. Yeah, Marianne is loving this right now. Yeah, right. Yeah, so, you know, you go to a Greek restaurant and you have the kebabs. Can you imagine fat kebabs? All right, I better stop before we lose anybody here. So, a fattened ox is a special occasion. It's a party, and you got really nice food. A dish of vegetables, well, that's what you have every day. There's nothing special about that. That's just ordinary food. But Solomon says, better is a dish of vegetables where love is than a great big party that has hatred in it. And in the beginning of verse 16, better is a little with the fear of the Lord. To have a little bit, but to have an understanding, I know who God is, and I know that He is the Almighty. He is worthy of worship. He is my God. He's my Heavenly Father. And I fear Him as in I respect Him, and I know that He's not a human. God is not just the big guy in the sky. He's God. And I know that. And intriguing, the fear of the Lord includes in it love for God. We may say, well, that can't be right. It is right. The fear of the Lord means you not only know who God is and you have awe for Him, it also means you love Him. And if you have that with just a little, that's way better than going to your treasure chest and opening it up and showing people, look at how wealthy I am. But there's a lot of turmoil. There's a lot of stress. There's a lot of heartache. So plans and motivations, goals that orient us, that point us in the right direction. It's okay to plan about wealth. It's okay to plan about riches. It's okay to plan money. That's fine. That's a good idea. Do it. But do have guidelines on it. Do have guardrails. We can't do it unjustly. We can't do it by thievery or mistreating people. We can't say this is more important to me than anything else. We can't say that. And we do need to understand that God says there are things that are of greater value than money. So, questions or comments on what we've looked at tonight? Take your prayer bulletin.